Cool. All right, all right. We are live, live, and live. And people listen on the podcast, you know what it is. Just give us some time to get people to come on over to the show. Just gives a little bit of time. So be cool about that. Here we go. Let's see here. All right. Sharing it there. Option, share the groups. Cool. And if you are watching us, please share this. Do us the solid of sharing this live. Hook it up for us, please. So it is definitely, takes a little bit to get the juice going on here. So just got to share it in a few more groups. And, we'll have us a curious audience. I'll say that much. Um, let's see here. So give me another solid 2-3 minutes here. We are sharing it on Facebook just to get some more people. If you are on Facebook right now, please do us a solid. Facebook, Twitter, do us a solid of sharing this live. And if you're watching on YouTube, do me another solid and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So if you are on the YouTube channel, please subscribe. We would love it. So all right. Sorry, I know folks on the podcast. I know y'all got to just sit through this. So, I believe we are done, done, and done. And, whoever catches. That's it. It is kind of my fault. I ain't been that consistent with it lately. Life has been crazy. So, but yes, welcome to the Men Like Us podcast. It's a podcast made for and by men who openly date women in the transgender community, men who are attracted to trans women. And, fellas, this is our space. This is our space where, in this space, we come first, all the way that we talk the conversation, everything is very, from a man's point of view. And, I just have to say, ladies, apologies in advance if anything doesn't land right. Everything that we say, we're making it palatable to the man's ear. So, we're gonna keep it real. We ain't gonna be no capping on this show. We're gonna tell the truth. And hey, we need to protect truth tellers all fucking day. Protect truth tellers. We need it. Trust. The internet is a savage place. Yeah, what's going on, Gambit? Yeah, man, it's been a minute. I was on last week too. I've been taking some breaks in between, been doing a lot of traveling, and that's kind of been taking up my Friday nights. So been kind of between Texas and on the East Coast and all over the place. And hey, sometimes I just ain't got energy to do the show like that. And look, I got over 100. If you're ever hungry for content, I got over 100 videos on that YouTube channel. By all means, check them out. Check it out. But with all that, now just say we're just gonna jump right into things. So we're gonna start on a light note because my man Trail right here put out a fire. He put out a fire meme. And if you look on some of my accounts and when I'm on in some of these groups, I've been sharing it. But I've been giving them props. I will tag him and give the man props. But this meme came out here, man. It says, just because I love pre-op trans women doesn't make me a chaser or some type of fetish. Or have doesn't make me a chaser or have some type of fetish. Change my mind. This is a meme. We see this kind of meme a lot, but it's absolutely hilarious and I love it. And Trail, man, what led to you making this meme? Because I think it is super dope and it just brings me joy.
I'm gonna be honest, man. And be having my free time. You know what I mean? Late nights, I'll be on TikTok watching a girl speaking very downly of guys that are into women that are pre-op trans women. You know, they really speak down on them. They all call us fetish, and we're nothing but chasers, and we looking for that specifically on a woman. If I'm looking at specifically on a woman, I wouldn't date them. I wouldn't be in a relationship. Like, I mean, I have a relationship. I want a relationship. You know, some type of relationship. You're not touch and go no more. You know, and what I mean by touch and go, I'm not just hitting and bouncing no more. I mean, been doing a lot of soul searching, and it's a lot. You know, when you have your vulnerable energy, people don't really realize that. You know, it might be just people you really giving that person, you sharing your energy with that person. You know what I mean? So, topic for another discussion. It's just that, you know, I hate when they always say that it's a, like, you know, fed now talking, oh, they dick attracted. No, dick attracted. I'm not attracted to the dick, you know, for it. But, you know, like I always said, the image of it. The image of it on next to a woman, you know what I mean, to have some breasts and she has a pretty face on her hair. You know, it's a beautiful image to me. I love the image. I'm not going to sit here and cat. I love the image. And I speak very highly of it because I'm really down for that.
Yeah,
so stop thinking
this is
that
a cat-free zone.
Very no cap over here.
So yeah, this is a dope ass meme. Definitely fucks with it, man. And you know what? I'm gonna just switch up the order of shit because we was gonna jump to something else after just talking about this meme because I fucking love this meme. So if y'all listening on the podcast platforms, y'all just gonna have to go to YouTube and just see what we talking about here. But I think it's dope. I think it's a great meme that is kind of attacking a lot certain sentiments among some of the women, and you know, it's just one of those things, man. Like, it's just the way that people think of men in this space isn't always the best. And I do fully understand that there are some awful stories out there. There are some guys who get over on girls. There are men who abuse, use, you know, hurt, deal with them in secret, all like a whole plethora of things. But you know, what was really been hitting me lately is, you know, I'll come across somebody or I'll be in a space and it'll be somebody with literally no experience. And they are so resolute and sure that men are trash and men are this and men are that. And they're all chasers and whatever else. And it's crazy. I had a conversation, you know, because I do get interviewed for things. People do shoot me in their documentaries or, you know, ask to interview me for articles, whatever. So that does come up. But I was talking to a young woman and, you know, she's about 20, 21. And, you know, she said she was talking to her friends like, yo, that she was starting to take an interest in, you know, examining men who date trans women. And all of her friends were like, essentially, her friends didn't, all the girls, all her young little trans friends that she knows, none of them had a word for men other than chaser. Like, they just used the term chaser as a term for any man, period. Like, they're just substituting it out. So it isn't like there's no qualifier like, so did he do this? Yeah, no, he's a chaser because he did this or did that. No, he's just automatically a chaser because he's a man. And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy that this whole chaser thing is spun so fucking far out of control that, frankly, to me, the term has lost all meaning and validity
Yeah, I don't know what
because,
it means no more.
I mean, just the way that people use it, they just use it so much. And it means literally any man to a lot of these young folks who, frankly, haven't lived. Okay, you might have got your heart broken once, maybe twice by being 21, but you ain't lived. You
Sure
ain't
that.
really had life like that. Like you just but so it's just crazy that the default for so many people when it comes to men is like, oh, this is a man, he likes trans women. He's a chaser. Chaser? What the fuck? Like, so now it's the reason I say it's spun out of control because now we're defaulting to using derogatory terms. And yes, chaser is a derogatory term. Ladies, if you're listening, yes, it is a derogatory term. Don't argue with me. But derogatory terms are words that are negative. They have a negative connotation to them, and they're used on people that frankly didn't do anything to deserve it. And also, I would challenge anyone to use chaser in a sentence in a way where it's not negative. Like, I've never heard anybody use the term chaser in a way that was positive and not antagonistic of men. So it's just one of those things. Like, this thing is just spun way out of control. And, that just made me think, like, man, you know what? Like, to the fellas out there, to the men, like, yo, if you dealing with a girl and she talks about chaser this, chaser that, and she refers to men as chasers, she ain't ready. She ain't ready.
Might as well keep on the shelf. Shelf up.
I mean, essentially.
We ain't coming down to you.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though, bro. Because, on this show, we fully admit that men have work to do. We got to work on ourselves as men. We have to do work within ourselves to get ourselves ready for these relationships, to make ourselves a lot more suitable for relationships with women in this community. There's a lot of learning, understanding, introspection, self-discovery that we have to do to get ourselves ready. Because if we try to do this and we ain't ready, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be fucked up, toxic mindsets leaking into the relationship. When the man ain't ready, it affects his thought processes, the way he sees things. It's a mess. And I'm only saying that from experience. I don't know, bro, but I don't know about your first relationship, bro, but my first relationship, I thought I was ready. I came into it at like the know-it-all man. What do you mean? I don't have to do any work. I don't have to understand anything. I'll just treat her like any other girl, and that's it. And I don't have to consider anything else. And it's just like, no.
See, me, it was different. I was willing to do the work before I got into the relationship. That's
You're a little quiet, bro.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. Okay, you're loud now. You're good. You're better.
I was doing the work prior, before getting into the relationship, because I already understood before I got into a relationship. So basically, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect, because I'm not. I still got work to do. You understand? I mean, but my ex, I had a lot of work to do before the relationship. I didn't really get into the relationship until I had to work really towards it. So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I do understand.
Absolutely. But men got to realize that the girls got to do their work too. And if she's in a state of mind where she uses chaser as a substitute for men, period, she ain't ready for a relationship with you. She ain't ready.
Right.
She ain't ready for you, bro. She ain't ready. And that's something that I came to, I'm like, wow, men need to know this. We need to understand that the girls, they have work, they have their transition, they have all, but like their transition isn't just physical and being a woman. It is also, especially if you want to be in a relationship with a man, A, learning how to respect men, and B, figuring out how to make sure that the negative shit from other people doesn't taint your perspectives and relationships with men as well. Like there is some work to be done.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, that's a group. Like if I knew a young man that was trying to talk to one of them young girls, I'm like, bro, if you're looking for a relationship, don't do it. If you're just looking to have fun and y'all just want to have consensual sex with no promise of anything after that, have at it. Like all the stipulations, all those rules kind of fall away when you're just having, consensual sex, which, is not a bad thing.
Sure.
Ladies and men, casual consensual sex is not a bad thing. We are all adults, and that's what the fuck adult humans do. We fuck. We all fuck. Plenty of people have one night stands. Ain't no. Now I get it, if it's some dude promising, trying to show you a whole new world and shit, and making all these promises. That's something else. But on his face, just having sex with people and just doing your thing, not a bad thing at all. So that we don't shame that behavior here, not at all. But yeah, I'm just like, yeah, nah. If you're looking for to lock down somebody and y'all be booed up for a minute, she ain't ready. So I mean, Grinder, that's a whole ass fucking can of worms right there, bro. Damn, Gambit is on it tonight, man. Grinder, eesh. That's some Grinder is some ignorant ass shit. Cause they create space on there for trans women when the site is full of gay men. But then if a straight man gets on there to find the girls, then he's gay or he's not straight. I don't know. It's a mess. Maybe we need to get rid of this whole straight and not straight shit because it's really there's a lot of rules and regulations that is kind of fucking shit up right now. Oh, what is? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So Nicole says, my father didn't talk to me. I had no brothers, only bullies in my youth. I didn't know how to connect with men properly. What is the way to speak with them? Yeah, I mean, really, and that's the crazy thing is, there are just people that truly do lack experience because, the transitional process, they might teach you how to get your body right, might teach you how to walk ladylike and some other lady stuff, but ain't nobody teaching anybody how to properly engage with men. Which is nuts. Which is nuts.
Yeah.
I feel like it's nuts. But I guess, my imperfect answer would just be to, put yourself in spaces with men, get on. I mean, I don't know where, if you're in college or out of school or whatever, but hey, I mean, I just think there are ways to put yourself in spaces with men that aren't looking to fuck you at every turn. And I know the options may be limited. I don't know what's going on with your life, but I just know that there are groups and places where you can have conversations and bounce ideas off of men and whatever else, just share your experience just as a woman, period. And like I just think that there's a way forward, but really the only thing that you just got to remember is just that look, men have feelings too. We're not just these evil entities. Like we feel, we what you say matters, how you treat people matters. So
Right.
I don't know. What you got, bro?
Well, for that comment right there,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I'm gonna just keep it real. A lot of the girls growing up and coming up, as a youth, they never really had the interaction with guys. Just see bullies and not really talking to fathers, so it don't have that connection. Everything it is, she has to be on the defense,
mm-hmm.
and it's crazy. And the sad part about that, those are the ones that get done wrong, and they come out and they be naive and stuck in a way, like it really done wrong. So,
Mm-hmm.
my best bet is to, get friends first, friendships first, before you even
Mm-hmm.
like jump into like wanting to be in a relationship and such like that. Like that friendship need to be there.
I mean, do we just actually no? I mean, we don't even need to start up. I'm like, do we need to start up a new group? No, we don't. They could just join your group, that transaction group.
Oh yeah.
Because like maybe you could just join some group where there's just men and women and they're sharing news articles and videos and whatever else, and
Right.
people's just talking
Right.
and But I
Right.
will say, um, I've learned quite a bit, grown quite a bit by having some friends in this community that are just friends, and we're not looking at each other for anything else but just being friends and being cool.
Right.
Hey, that's the chick I
Right.
know over there. She's cool, X, Y, and Z. And I mean, I think those are some really fulfilling relationships. At least they have been for me. And I know plenty of other guys, who are trans attracted. They have had some really fulfilling relationships with women as just friends. That's my sister, that's my brother, that's my this, that's my friend. We talk all the time. We talk once a week, but it's that friend that's on the opposite side of that's the opposite gender. Whether you're cis or trans, I think you need a friend. I think you need a friend of the opposite gender that's a genuine friend
Right.
that can help you see some shit that you can't see. Because ladies, sorry, y'all don't know everything. Men, game recognized game on our side too.
I be telling
We can see shit that
them
y'all can't see. And on the
and
flip
me.
side, women can see what we can't see.
Right. My homegirls off no cap. I tell them no cap. I be like, yo, listen here. That ain't what you think. You probably think it is one. You probably think it is this, but it's really not that. Trust and believe that. You know what I mean? And I be letting them know. I keep it real. I let them know. They're involved in people's business and nothing like that. But when it's situations like that, and you ask my advice, I'm gonna let them know. Like I don't see it.
Yeah, for sure. And really, Gambit, hey Calendria. um, Gambit said, so true, but it's hard to have opposite gender friends. Yes, it is. It is not easy at all. Because what I've experienced is, girls pulling the nice guy routine where it's like, oh, we're friends, but I really want to just fuck you. Or we're friends, but I'm really looking for something more than that out of you. And I'm a be happy in the friend zone, but that ain't really what's happening. So I ain't gonna lie, for me, it's worked with friends who was already in relationships or married or whatever else. Like some of my the girls that I fuck with the most be the ones that's married, where I know ain't none of that shit gonna happen anyways. And also because they're married, there's a higher likelihood that they respect men and like they kind of see the other side of things. They've done the work and gone through that transformation where they see things in a certain way, and they just don't flat out hate men because they got one at home. They married to one. But I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. And these friendships, rewarding friendships, don't come every day. They really don't. Which is why, when you got one that's real, you don't let it go. That's your friend. But yeah, it's just your friend. Yeah, but it's like an actual friend that ain't nothing ever gonna happen with,
Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a cool. We was real cool.
Mm-hmm.
And when she came here to New York, she wanted more. I'm like, when get the memo?
Oh yeah, it's switched up.
Yeah. I was like, yo, I didn't get the memo. Chill. Nah, I don't see it for us at all. Like I'm in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm not attracted to you at all. At all. I'm just like, wow.
Eek. Yeah. I mean, look, when that quote friend is willing to blow up your relationship over, they don't really care. It's like, yeah, it is that. I mean, that's what happens sometimes. And look, some friends are just seasonal. Some friends are here just for a season in your life, and then you move into a different phase in your life. But Nicole, I would just say, look, if I were you, I would get proactive about trying to put yourself in mixed gender spaces where there are men and, everybody's, having fun platonically, whatever. I mean, I know it can be a little bit hard and, maybe there's some space somewhere else, but I just have to believe that there's a space for you. I just don't have the perfect answer in terms of where to find that space. But I just think that, maybe, at least just look, just try, just see where you can socialize and get
Right.
yourself in some mixed spaces. And
Right.
okay, well, none of those guys actually like sexually like you. Well, that's good because now you're just their friend. You're like it's just somebody. You're somebody that they know and you're comfortable with them and you can have conversations and maybe even tell them, say, hey, so from a man's perspective, how do you see this? Like, I don't know. But it's kind of like, well, guys, how do you get around women? How do you learn how to talk to women? Experience, trial and error. It's a whole lot of trial and error, you know, to get your
Right.
swag right. We grew into this. Just like, everybody's on their journey. They grow into what they're going to be. I grew into who I am. I grew to learn how to talk to women the way that I do. Same as true, same as any other man, Yeah, we suck at it at first. We don't know what to say. Can't keep a conversation,
Don't know how to
you
go.
know. It's just all these things. So, there's no silver bullet that'll be like, boom, all right, I'm in. I wish. I wish. But yeah, that's something else. But yeah, I just wanted to really kind of hit that topic with the whole chaser thing and just like, the understanding that, fellas, some people just gotta oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, what's up, Chantrell? What up? What up? Shout out Detroit. Try sharing that info that you share with us, Nicole, and hopefully, if the guy is truly interested in getting to know you, and allowing you to know him, he will teach you and show you how to interact with him. Absolutely, absolutely, all of that shit.
Right.
Really, that's that's the answer to the question. How do you relationship? Right? Your partner's going to teach you how to interact with them.
Right. What was his name? Music Soul Child. He had a song, man. Teach me how to love.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I wish I was up on that. But hey, check
A
out the
dope
song.
song.
Teach me how to love. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something or no? Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, okay, my bad. I ain't want to cut you off, bro.
Uh.
Well,
Oh,
anywho,
nah. Go ahead.
look. So I mean, really, that's it for that one, y'all. I just wanted to put the word out to the fellas that, that we have to understand that the girls have work to do. And, sometimes they're not ready for us. Sometimes you're ready sometimes you're ready or you've moved closer to doing the work. And then, sometimes they're not ready. And that's okay. Just move on. Plenty of fish in the sea, all that stuff. Just move on, be cool, and don't be spiteful and feel hurt about it and junk. Like it just is what it is. So what's up, Zay? Yo, check out the Black to the Future podcast. Zay
Yes.
is the homie. She's been on this show. She's had me on her show. She's had Trell on her show.
Yes.
Troy. I think even Ray was on there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Zay is one of those. She's a national treasure. We are going to protect Zay on this show. National treasure because it is rare when you find women who are willing to give a little snippet of their platform to men and to help people understand
Right.
men even
Right.
more. So it's truly special, and I appreciate it all day, every day. That she is really going out of her way and doing something that a lot of people just don't do. So please check out the Black to the Future podcast. And yeah, please check it out. Black to the Future podcast. I can't say it enough. Black to the Future. That is Black to the Future podcast. Check it out. I think she just had a new episode with another episode with a man just dropped. So, if
Yeah,
y'all listening to
yeah,
this anywhere, YouTube, Twitter, podcast channels, go just get on your phone and subscribe to the Black to the Future podcast. Show some love because she showed love to us for real. So you are more than welcome, Zay.
Yes, I had a great time on her show. I really opened up on that show because she allowed me to. So
I mean, really, if there's any other lady podcasters listening, like, yo, men are willing to talk. If y'all have us on your show, we gonna tell the truth, and we will be open and vulnerable. And y'all want to get the lowdown, we gonna tell it.
No capping over here.
I mean, I went on the show. This girl had me like, she took it all the way back to like elementary school, middle school, like examining that shit. Oh yeah. And what's up, Raven? Yes, I did an interview with Raven on her show as well. I did one with her, and I did one with another girl named Valdez. I have to find the YouTube channel. I have to find the YouTube channel to get the exact thing out. Probably just I guess I can get a list at some point. But yeah, look, there are thousands upon thousands of women out there doing these podcasts, and I applaud the very few that just take a second to just say, hey, what about these guys that we're talking about all the time? What do we want to hear from them or no? Like they talk for themselves. Right. So I appreciate that shit. Look, that's what's up, bro. I'm sorry.
I said you gotta get familiar with it. You can't be a gatekeeper. You gotta get familiar with everything. You gotta give your platform to everybody. I mean, and everybody ain't no girl say we ain't part of the community, but we are. Technically, we are. So it is.
I mean, yeah, and look, I don't need to take a front seat in anybody else's community. I made my own space, but women like Zay, Raven, Miss Valdez, and the Lioness, there are some female content creators that are having us on their platforms, and look, we need to be together. I'm here to erase stigma and normalize and move things forward. But I feel like, we got to do more work trying to bring people together and erase this adversarial, relationship, put the guns down. And I just feel like, there are some people that's invested in doing the work to bring us all together. And I'm with that shit. So I wholeheartedly support it. And yeah, it's been way too long. I need to have some girls back on my show. It's been a while, man. Because we had Niambi, and I got a whole YouTube playlist of shows I did. And I let the ladies come on and say what they want to say. Because, the girls are like, oh, well, you need to let some women on there so they could check you, Mr. Man. They're going to get you. I'm like, all right, come on.
Yeah, Niambi. What else you had on here? You had Niambi. You had.
Fuck. Had who?
Harmony. Remember Harmony?
You know what? That one, what the fuck did I do with that live? I think I took it down.
Yeah, that was a good one. I ain't gonna lie, I liked that live.
Yeah, it was a good one, but there was a certain individual who appeared in 2 of my videos, and I had to just erase all traces of that because later found out that this person was portraying an identity that wasn't exactly theirs, and I had to erase it because I don't want to give any credence to help that shit out. So. But yeah, no, we had Michaela, Niambi, Jamie, and we had really the Patreon content. There's a whole cast of characters on the Patreon content because the Patreon content is all mixed gender conversations, anyways. So it's just men and women on there, anyways. I put up like 1 or 2 of them on the YouTube channel just to kind of give people a taste of what we were doing over there. So, but yeah, it's. We definitely need more men and women doing stuff together, and we just need I just think it's great to publicly show like us just getting along and just being respectful in this place in the same space. Like even that is bugged out to some people where they're like, wait, this is cats lying with dogs. I don't understand this. This is of the devil. Like they ain't with it because they know is war and we're going to get them. And it's like, no, we can just be cool and respect each other. It's an option. But anyway, that I'm ranting all over again. But yeah, man, this last thing I wanted to hit was because I know you Trail, thank you for coming on the show and giving me your time, man. I know you're a little pressed for time, so we're gonna hit this one last thing. So this federal ruling came out that Obamacare cannot require coverage for certain HIV prevention drugs. Well, we know what that is. So essentially, if you got Obamacare, the insurers that put out plans for Obamacare are not required to cover PrEP. They're not required to give any discounts, anything like. They're not required to do anything with PrEP. And I'm like, yo, if we're talking about preventative care, like, what the fuck? Like, why would that not be covered? That's stupid as fuck.
It's that is like, stupid. I don't
that. Like, if there was a pill to keep people from being obese, these insurance companies would do that shit because then they don't have to pay for all the care that comes with people who are obese.
Right.
Or any other chronic illness. Right. Like, because that's what HIV is right now, it's a chronic illness. So, I mean, but we have medication that will prevent it, and insurance companies don't want to cover it. That's stupid as fuck. I don't even understand that. But the fact that a judge doubled down on that shit is some trash as fuck. So, I don't even got the judge name on that shit. I don't know who the fuck this dude is. Oh, of course, it was in Texas. Another low point for Texas. That makes sense.
Y'all taking a lot of L's in the Lone Star State.
Yeah, we are. But look, I just got my registration updated, so I'm gonna be looking for U.S. District Judge Reed O'Connor so I can vote for the other person, because that's how the fuck we change shit. Like, yo, judges are elected. These motherfuckers ain't appointed. We can kick these people out easily.
Oh, right.
Easily. Like, we don't have to put up with any judges we don't want. They're all elected. But the fact that, these Republicans and these conservative Texas judges, it's just trash, dude. Trash that they would do something like this. Like, yeah, look, Roe v. Wade, absolutely fucked up. Shit shouldn't have been turned over. Absolutely fucked up. And, it's just shit like this where it's like, yo, we are turning, the country's rolling backwards. We're regressing. We have medicine that can prevent things. We have techniques that can prevent unwanted, childbirths. And I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But I don't know, bro. What, Texas, what you gonna do? Sorry, we got the Chantrell said it's intentional. Raven said the objection to covering it is supposedly supporting lifestyles and activities that go against sincerely held beliefs. Texas. The same judge that tried to make Obamacare unconstitutional. And Gambit says American judges are not a guarantee anymore, thanks to Trump. Just saying. And Chantrell says the more people who are healthy, the less money they make. That's true. That's true. And you would think the pharmaceutical lobby would want that to be covered so they could sell more.
Yeah, like, right.
And the insurance would want to cover so they don't have to cover all of your HIV medications for the rest of your life.
Right.
And the treatment and whatever the fuck else happens with it, complications, all that shit. Because insurance companies don't want to spend money. They don't want you to use your insurance. They want you to pay them. Right. And they can sit back and do nothing for you. Right. So, like, that's what they want. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just weird as fuck. But I thought I'd bring that up. But you know what? I'm bringing that shit up like it's a major thing to all the men that date trans women or have sex with trans women. Because too many of y'all dumbasses can't even get on PrEP in the first place when the shit is free. Talking about, I don't know, I can't, it's too hard, blah, blah. What? All y'all fools should be on PrEP now.
You go in there, you fill out a form, about 2 forms of like sitting there. You talk to the doctor, you explain, you answer the questions, and automatically you're proud with PrEP.
Now, here's the thing. Make sure your doctor tests you for HIV first. Make them test you.
That's the only way you can
and
get it.
then you get your PrEP. Because you know what? My doctor didn't test me. My doctor just wrote a script. He gave me PrEP and PEP. It was like, here you go. I said, dude, I think I've been exposed. I don't know. I didn't know I was supposed to get tested until I'd already been on PrEP for probably like 3 months at that point.
You know the funny thing about it? Because I'm on PrEP. I get tested every 3 months. Every time I come in here, like, oh, your 3 months is up. Come get tested all the time.
I mean, bro, you could buy that. You could buy a test at the store, CVS, Walgreens. They got over the counter HIV tests, and it's the same shit that they give you when you
I understand what you're saying, but like here in New York, it's like HIV test. It's in and out. You walk in, just say, you want to take.
But I'm saying they use the same. They use the same rapid test thing that you could buy in the store. It's the same thing. Because remember when I was out there in New York with y'all for Thanksgiving last year, I went they was testing people. I said, yeah, sure, I'll take a test, whatever. Like not shits and giggles, but I was about to jump into a relationship. Like, hey, it's a free test. And they expanded it to other STDs and stuff too. But it was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Right.
It's free. Why not? But I ain't gonna front. After my I was in a relationship with somebody who was positive, and I got myself tested about 4 times after that. And the last time I got tested was like it was like legit a little bit after a year since we've been broken up. And then I ain't tested since then because at that point I was already in a relationship. So, I know what y'all saying there. You don't know what she's doing. You don't know what's happening, and this, and this. I am trusting, even though I understand that some HIV experts will say you shouldn't trust the person you with, and you should be on PrEP anyways. But that's where I'm at. But I'll tell you this much: if I'm slinging that dick in the street, I'm gonna be on PrEP.
Right.
If I'm out here taking girls back to my apartment after going out to the club or going out to whatever fucking event, I'm gonna be on PrEP. There's too many of these dudes. They fucking all these different girls from all these different places, and they catching shit and still won't get on PrEP. Man, my dick was leaky and it was milky, and my goddamn boy. I hope you got some medicine for that shit.
Yeah.
Are you on PrEP? Nah, man. Well, you out here getting burnt and won't get on PrEP.
I don't understand that shit. You got dudes out here on PrEP. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck?
Don't make no sense.
Hey, homeboy. Might as well put.
Oh, I ain't got no problem with. Well, I don't watch enough Blair. I'm sorry for the people that are listening can't visually see the podcast. Adele says, hey guys, I have a question. What do you think of trans girls who have right-leaning political views like Blair White? I have the same views with them as I do Black Republicans, just people who are brainwashed and they're voting against their best interests. The only thing with girls like Blair White that I've seen is they're steeped in privilege. This is a white passing girl. I don't know if she's white, but she's white passing girl who don't understand the privilege that she got by looking the way that she do. And usually, a lot of them end up being really beautiful, passable girls. They ain't got no worries in them. They're not worried about anybody clocking them or whatever. Blair White's a beautiful girl. She's gorgeous. But, she has a ton of privilege. She just doesn't really, she's Latina. And white passing Latins, whole other problem. But, yeah, she's white passing. And it's a problem. She's just some girl that's like, I don't really know her. That I haven't watched her content. But, she can be very ugly. I've seen very, very few small snippets. and just everybody just talking about her. So, but from the videos that I've seen, I'm just like, oh, this girl is just pumped full of privilege. She's pumped full of privilege and she doesn't even realize it. And while she's out here doing her bullshit with her privilege, she doesn't understand that there's other women who don't have her privilege that's suffering, but and being oppressed because of the bullshit that she's doing. She just, I mean, privilege is can be invisible. It can be invisible to a lot of people, when they have it.
Sure can.
For sure. So, Gambit, they are like all other Americans voting against their own interests. Yeah, yeah. But look, I'm just be real. I mean, black people went through it for a little bit, where black people was passing as white. It's just something else when you can pass as white. Shit's different for you. It just is. Your attitudes can be a lot different as well because you don't get treated like a minority because people can't even tell that you're a minority. They can't tell. It's kind of like some mixed race people who are half black, half white, and Latin people don't see them as black. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're one of us, right?" They get in the door. They get treated differently. It's a thing. But I'm not trying to be woe is me with the dark skin thing. It is what it is. But yeah, no, Blair White and a lot of the girls that I've seen on YouTube just like her, like it's just their oversimplification of society and the way things are is just it's all due to their privilege. And it's a fucking archetype at this point. If you go on YouTube, you will see these girls have these just glib attitudes about things. So limited. Sorry, Adele is so my thing is that passing trans girls are very hostile towards trans women who don't look like cisgender. Blair White has had surgeries that a low-income black trans woman could not afford. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, she had surgeries. Yeah. She had surgeries to get that way. And it's really something else because it's like I've said this on the show, oppressed people love oppressing other people. And when you get in a position where you can feel like you're better than other people, oh, you're going to be oppressive as fuck. I mean, I've seen that in some groups I was in with the girls who are post-op. Like, yeah, that's right. I'm better. Like, I actually transitioned. Y'all just a bunch of dudes in dresses, and it's just like, what? Just you got one. Now you think you better than everybody else, and this is how you act towards the people that. It's crazy, but I mean, look, yeah, it is a thing, but it happens in all minority groups because it happens in in black circles, affluent blacks who think they're better than the rest of us, and well, we're the good blacks, they're the bad ones, and it's just like there's a separation because people just want to oppress other people. That's my opinion. Blair White equals white passing privilege, period. I mean, I believe so, but that's just my take on it. And I'm not gonna lie, you see that a lot with the white and the Asian girls where they could just, they have the Valley Girl accent, they just be super glib about shit. And I'll be like, the fuck? Okay. Like they're super simplistic with how they see shit. But that's because, from what they're saying, I can only surmise that, they're just not having the experiences, a lot of other people that I know are having. But look, Adele, thanks for asking the question. I talked about Blair White. This is the second time we talked about Blair White on this show, and I did not use profanity this time. I don't think. There was another show where I said, "Man, don't nobody care about that bitch," and somebody took that clip and then sent it, and I was just telling it. No, I'm not sure. Sent it to another woman who was a content creator, saying that I was calling that girl a bitch. And I'm like, why would I be talking about you on my show? And then I actually had to find the whole, like, here's the full thing. But somebody cut like 5 seconds and say, oh, he called you a bitch, girl. And I had to say, here, look at. I said, here's the clip. Here's the video at 1 hour, 2 minutes, this, and this. Check it out. You see the full clip, and it's obvious I wasn't talking about her. I guess I was talking about Blair White offhandedly. And it was just like, yeah, it's crazy. Uh-oh. And Adele. There's a guy here on YouTube. He has a channel called United We Rant. He has right-leaning politics, and he does podcasts with right-leaning trans women too. Would you guys invite him to the group? I would allow him in the men's only group. I would not keep him out of the men's only group, because in the men's only group, we don't really talk politics like that. Like, and it isn't that we're against politics, but just don't really,
That's just
it just doesn't
something we
come
don't
up.
get into.
Yeah. Like, I mean, maybe with this PrEP article, maybe, but
Yeah,
nobody's sitting there
that's
talking
about
about the
it.
president
Nah.
or anything else. But look, I'd have to keep him on a tight leash. But yeah, if he wants to come in and share his thoughts and opinions or whatever else, I wouldn't be against him joining the men's group. What I would not do is collaborate with him. I can't collaborate with people that I know, are who support QAnon or support Trump. I can't have that on my brand. That's not what I stand for. I can't do that. Right. So, and with something as volatile as QAnon and the Trump community, I can't do it. I am aware his name is Hodge. He's, look, I hope his work does something to make things better for men like us and the women that we love. I hope it has some positive effects. Maybe there's some conservatives out there who need to hear from them, but that I just can't have that be a part of my brand. So, but I create space for all men in my group. So, all men, straight, pansexual, white, conservative, black, whatever, Latin, Asian, whatever. I don't. If you are a cisgender or transgender man and you date trans women, you belong in my group. It's called the Men Like Us Tribe. We have dope conversations in there. We have some really vulnerable moments in there. It's a great support group, and it's a great place to be. We have some really good we've been having some great conversations lately. Really good comments been coming down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Trail's meme is where I found it. Or I found Trail's meme and he posted that in the group. I'm like, oh damn, I gotta spread this outside the group, because this post is fire. For those of y'all that are a little bit late to the show, we started out talking about this meme. It says, just because I love pre-op trans women doesn't make me a chaser or have some type of fetish. And that is fucking true. But man, I don't know what else you want to share with people about the group, man? Because I obviously we talking about the men's group at this point.
I'm gonna put it like this to you, man. I'm not gonna share everything that we talk about in the group because it's the men's only.
Of course not. No, not individually, but
right.
Try and shed some light, like what's happening in the group to why men might want to join it.
Right. Oh, men should want to join it because we uplift men. We don't try to like talk down on a man. I mean, that want to be a part of this community. That is a part of this community. Like Chris said, we have men down dating. We have men of all walks of life that's in that group. Yeah. So we have men of all. We have differences. People that we do have differences, but then again, we don't bash each other for other people's views and stuff like that. We damn sure don't do that. And one girl asked me one time about the group. She said, "But y'all got guys like I'm not gonna and I'm like, to be honest, he's not in the group. Everybody we exiled him because he talks crazy about the girls, so we're not gonna have him in the group like that. He threatens to be exiled him. He don't have what I mean. It's not a he-man hating woman club. It's not.
Oh yeah, no.
It's not that.
No.
We talk real conversations. We have real conversations. We don't none of that. We don't fetishize them. We don't sexualize them. None of that. There's none of that hyper shit that everybody probably think about. There's none of that in there. You feel me?
Nah, it's pretty dope. We have some guys that are, to be honest, may not be that open. They're trying to find themselves. This
Right.
journey is about self-discovery a lot of times. You're really introspection. Like this journey helps you learn yourself, helps you know yourself a lot better and be a lot more secure in who you are. And you know, bonding with men, sharing your experiences, listening to their experiences, all of those things kind of help. Having friends in your own city, connecting with other guys in your own city, which happens in our group. I mean, I met my buddy, my main man Ray through a Facebook group, through a men's only Facebook group, and we, yo, look at my Instagram. We hit the club like 2 weeks ago. Like we go out. Like it's pretty dope, but it's a good space, guys. So if you're a man who is attracted to trans women and you're looking for some semblance of community, we would gladly accept you and to be a part of the community. The thing is, we don't do DL Facebook pages. If you come apply to the group with a brand new Facebook page, you apply to the group with like 2 friends, or there are telltale signs that your page is new and you made it just for this, or
Yeah.
no, we're not going to let you in. So I decline fake profiles all the time, or clearly like newly made up ones, so that guys don't have to share who they really are. We have plenty of guys in there that outside the group you're never going to know who they are because nobody's telling and talking about them. So it's definitely a safe space. So I feel like we're attracting suspicious activities by talking about it this much. But fellas, you can go on there. It's called Men Like Us Tribe. You can find it. So hey, all right, Raven. Congratulations. I'm glad you got your date set. Always supportive and happy for folks. So do your thing. LOL, my fam knows I date trans women, they don't care. Hey man, that's the fucking dream right there. That is the fucking dream. I'm dealing with some ignorant ass motherfuckers on one half of my family who just, I mean, man, y'all can go check out the video I did when I first had that conversation with my mom, and my that family been a problem ever since. I actually got uninvited from a family event this year. Everybody else was there, even people that wasn't family. Everybody was there. I wasn't there because they didn't want me to bring my girlfriend who happens to be trans. And they were like, nah, she can't come. We don't want that stuff around. And I'm like, all right, bye. All right. Well, I'm not going. Like, I'm not going somewhere without my woman. Like, what kind of asshole would I? What kind of fuck boy would I be if I went to events that didn't welcome my girlfriend and just went anyways and left her at home?
Man, listen, I have done it. I've done it. I already know. Man, listen.
That's some fuck boy shit.
That's why I have no family. Family who? Who that?
Here we go. Raven says, my mom won't respect my pronouns or name, and my brother basically threatened me. Yo.
Wow. Sorry about that, baby girl.
Yeah. That's really fucked up, and I get how stressful that could be. Because nobody should lose family over this shit.
For real.
Nobody should lose family over this shit.
Nobody should lose family. You live in to live. You're not hurting nobody. You're not harming nobody. Come on now. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. So I mean, we got some guys in here. Yes, Raven. That is absolutely horrible, though. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna take this comment down because we're not addressing this right now. We'll get back to it, but like, people want you to live your truth. I don't care, do what you want to do as long as you're happy. This and this. But then as soon as you're happy, it's something that they don't agree with or whatever else, then it's a whole ass fucking problem. And it's like, you shouldn't be required to lose your family to be happy. That's some bullshit. And
right,
Oh yeah, and definitely be ready for deathbed apologies. Oh, I'm so sorry. I wish I would have this.
Yep. I
These
don't
family
pay no
members
mind.
who do wrong by people and then apologize on your deathbed. These are for you.
Right.
These are for you. I don't give a fuck about that bullshit. Ain't doing that junk. So yeah, but definitely. Tracy says my heart goes out to you, Raven. My heart goes out to you. Yeah, I mean, really,
Yeah.
it's fucked
Yeah.
up. It is fucked up, and
That's real messed.
that's we talk about these things on the show for men as well, just so people know that hey, men gotta confront these realities as well. Like
Right.
women gotta do it. Excuse me, women gotta do it. Men gotta do it. We all there's certain realities that we have to confront and deal with as people, and it's just we gotta you know there are consequences sometimes. But Adele, thank you for standing by. I want to get to your question now that we're kind of in free mode a little bit. Adele says another question. Do you guys think that if a trans girl decides to have surgical castration to eliminate testosterone production, that would be an obstacle in a relationship? I'm assuming that's like the orchiectomy where they just remove the testes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna kind of interpret that as, and I mean,
Just
I don't see why it
remove.
would be.
It's not a problem at all because I dealt with a woman that had that done.
There you go. Yeah, no, I don't think
About
that's an issue.
no.
And look, it's do what you do with your body, live free. If the man ain't with it, then that man ain't for you, and you ain't for him. So get what you need to get done to put yourself in the best mental state possible. Do your thing, but I don't logically, I don't see why that would be an issue. Because if a man, I'm just be real,
bro.
if a man's attracted to dick, you still got it. Like, I think the only thing for me would be is if you lost your libido, because testosterone is kind of where that comes from. So you don't have your libido. That's a common marital issue. Not enough sex.
Right.
You might have to get that. I knew somebody who had GRS and had to get testosterone cream to rub on her arms because she lost her libido.
Wow.
But the testosterone cream that she rubbed on her arms gave her libido back.
Yeah, they get you up.
So, yes, I mean, for me, it ain't no problem as long as there's a little, as long. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fucking dog as long as there's sex happening at a level that I feel safe with and cool. ain't no trouble. Angelo, what up, boy? Angelo says, answer that depends on the guy. Compatibility can't be answered as a blanket statement. You do what you need for your own body. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And G Mike, what up, G Mike? He said, for some men, it can be just don't date them. It can be an issue if the man likes getting pegged. And Tracy, Tracy's funny like that. Tracy says, I am keeping my Jack in the Box for that very reason. Oh my God. Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box. That's funny.
Yeah.
Start saying that. Jack in the Box. That's good.
Strap on, absolutely. If guys like being pegged, that's a thing. That is a thing. There are plenty of men who do not date trans women that enjoy getting pegged. So I mean, fuck. If you're a bottom, you're a bottom. So it is what it is. Adele says, I've known trans attracted guys who need their partners to be able to ejaculate. That's why I ask. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, just to be real, like, yeah, it's nice, but I wouldn't consider it mission critical. It's a girl that can ejaculate. Yeah, I like it, but can I do without it? Sure. Is that a barrier for me to loving somebody? No, not really. It's just not mission critical for me. And any guy, I think any guy who would make something that small mission critical, like, yo, you got to re-examine what's going on, because in this relationship, in this love game, sometimes you got to wake up and realize what really matters. The body, the ejaculation, size, whatever, all this other stupid shit. You know, it just doesn't matter. Like, these are not the important things when it comes to love. There are way more important things when it comes to love than how somebody looks, whether they ejaculate or not, all this other physical immature shit. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Um, it seems important to some. Look, some it can be, but again, that guy ain't for you, and I would definitely not stop. I would never encourage any woman to not have a procedure that she wants to have just so a guy can see some cum out of his girl. Like, whatever. Just like Angelo said, if you can't make her squirt, make her cream. There you go. There you go. I mean, for me, I'll take the pre-cum, because the pre-cum ain't got nothing to do with the testes. You still got all the other inner stuff happening that'll give you some pre-cum. You just ain't gonna get no actual cum out of it, and that's fine. That's fine. But it should not be a deal breaker. That's absolutely ridiculous. I know there are some men who are like, oh, hell no. Well, I mean, in my opinion, you weren't in it for the right things. In my opinion. Like, you have genital preference. You like women with penises. Cool. She got one. What come out of it? Is that really mission critical? Is it? I mean, you can still climax with the orchiectomy. Like, women can still climax. You can still feel the prostate throb. You can still feel it. You can still feel it on the backside. Like, it's still there. There's still evidence of it happening. But I don't know. Raven, I've had 0 surgeries, and because of hormones, I don't ejaculate. You don't have to come to have an orgasm. Exactly. Absolutely. And in fact, like, my first 2 or 3 girlfriends, my first 2 girlfriends, because of like hormones, like, they couldn't even get hard. Like, they were soft and flaccid the entire time we were together. And it was just like, okay, well, that's not mission critical to me. It just wasn't. I was still able to be there, honor my commitments to monogamy, and still love them and treat them, as best I could. Love them as best I could.
Like I said, great. If you're really not into using it, great.
Yeah, absolutely. G Mike says, make sure you do what's best for you and not because of another person. Raven said, nope, limp city, LOL, limp city clitty. And Angela says, I don't recommend doing or not doing anything to your body based on another person's preferences. No matter what you do, there's a compatible partner for you. And I couldn't agree more. That is a great message right there. Okay, I got you, bro. So, oh, sorry. Work emails, because work never stops in the new millennium. So, all right. One last comment. I would go mad if my Jack in the Box couldn't pop out when you crank it. And we're going out on a high note. Shout out Tracy. Shout out Tracy. So yeah, with that, we wrapping up. We done. Thank you for joining us, everybody, on today's show. He's just kicking it, just being cool. One last comment. Gambit says at the end of the day, you got to live with you. But we're gonna go out on this Tracy joke and be done. But thanks for watching us today. Thanks for listening. And we're gonna be back at this thing again. We will not be doing a show next week. Next week, I will be with my girlfriend celebrating her birthday. So yeah, we ain't doing no show next week. Maybe I'll do one Thursday and schedule it to run Friday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's cracking. But yeah, with that, we out. And everybody have a good weekend and have a good middle of September.